did is they picked my name off giving donations.
Keep step.
What up, everybody? This is Demetra,
Criminals don't use lyrics to define themselves as notorious. Brothers got a lot of hip-hop angle ranges inside themselves. They're fleeting up position. My contact chaos and the homie G.
The hard way, whatever that is, okay? And so, as always on this show and on the other show, our objective here is to talk about things that are prevalent in the black community and with the hopes of making us better so we can do better and all that other stuff. So now that I got that out the way, men, I am giving you the game, okay? The game, I hope that I will add something new to it, so I want you to pay attention and take notes, okay? And I also like to say, look, I'm just trying to give you advice. I'm not even trying to change your mind. What you do with the advice is on you. So, without further ado, they say the game is told, not sold. So I'm going to give it to you. All right? Now,
I got a lot.
I want to tell you guys about what some of these girls, not women, but what some of these girls are doing. Now, there's nothing new under the sun. Women or girls, I should say, have been doing this type of thing, these type of things, men since forever. But I'm noticing that these girls are doing it a lot younger, and they're good. These girls are getting good.
They learn from the best.
I got it from my mama.
Like Whitney Houston's song, I learned from the best. I learned from you. So,
I think it's more or less like the Black Eyed Peas. She got it from her mama or whatever.
She got it from her mama.
Now, and before I get started, too, I want to say, look, ladies, don't jump on my head because I always give advice to the women, but I'm giving advice to the men because I had 2 men yesterday call me asking for advice, and the stories are kind of the same. But I'm just like, what's going on? Now, these aren't even men that are in their 20s. These are men that are in their 40s or 35, almost damn near 50.
Well, see, when a guy is that age and he doesn't know the game, that was a good dude. Obviously, he was a good dude because he didn't deal with the drama. Are you a good dude? Yeah, I'm definitely.
Do you know the game?
I know the game very well.
So there you go.
But wait. That's because I was raised by a widowed mother.
You know the game.
I know the game.
And you're probably partially a good dude because you know the game and you didn't get suckered in by the game.
Right.
All right. So let me tell y'all the first story. Yesterday, early morning, because I got people all calling me for advice all the time. So this man who was 35, and I'm going to not use their names to protect the innocent or the gullible, I should say. So he calls me and he says, okay, I met this girl at Burlington Coat Factory. She worked at Burlington Coat Factory and she was rearranging the perfume and she was cute. I liked her. So I went up to her and said, you like those? And she says, yeah, you going to buy it for me? And he did. He bought it for her. I assume he bought it for her before he knew her name.
Right. But, but most guys do that to, pique your interest and get your attention. Right.
Okay. And I don't even have a problem with you buying the girl the perfume or whatever it was you bought her. So from that point, they exchanged information numbers or whatever. Mm-hmm. What?
Use pencil.
Oh, the pencil. Sorry. So they exchanged information and all this other stuff, and so they.
I'm gonna take notes.
Take notes, guys. They took, so they went on a couple dates, or a lot of dates. It sound like, and then.
Come on. He went to IHOP. He took her to Waffle House.
I guess, but as they say, most men know. And a lot of women know there ain't no romance without the finance. So I think this brother
understood that. You gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be with me.
Say it.
Yeah. And we did a video on that a while back, but go ahead.
So most people know that. That's a given. There's nothing new wrong with that. Mm-hmm. So shortly after they get to going out and stuff, of course, she has all these needs.
She starts asking for things. Right.
She needs money to get her hair done and her nails done, okay? Mm-hmm. And he said I didn't have a problem with that. But he says months and months go on. And now I also tell you guys, and I got to lean in on this so y'all can make sure you hear me right. She has a baby daddy. Okay, she got 2 kids. She got a baby daddy that she lives with, and they live with his parents. Okay?
Wow, what a man providing for his...
But he's disabled, though. That's what she was telling him. Don't worry, honey. He's disabled. He's not a threat to you. Look, and we ain't doing nothing.
I know a lot of disabled people that live on their own.
And can get it up.
Yeah. Right.
So So he's falling for all of this stuff. He's disabled, so she lives with the baby daddy and his parents.
That's why he can't come over.
But wait, hold on. There's more.
Damn.
She got 2 jobs and she do hair on the side. But she continuously needs him to give her money. And so he said the conversation of sex eventually came up. And so they agreed, hey, it was going to go down. And so he said one night, he was like, okay, come over. Let's,
I got my place. Come on over here.
Come on over. Do we got to do it? So, of course, she said, I'm on my monthly or whatever the case is. And so he was like, yeah, you lying, blah, blah, blah. You just don't want to do it. And so
some guys don't care.
To him
go ahead.
that it was true. And so he says, okay, fine. She proved that it was true.
Whatever the proof was. Throw some ketchup down there, whatever you're going to do.
Whatever the proof was. So she proved it. So he says, and this is not my words, y'all, because I don't really like to be this graphic, but he says, I told her, okay, I'm not going to wait 5 days. I'm going to wait 7 days because this is going to be our first time. I want to lick you up and down and all this other stuff. I want you to be good and clean is what he said. And so that time came, she had a yeast infection. Can't do it now because I got a yeast infection.
You can't eat no bread without no yeast. I'm just saying. You got some nasty ass niggas out there.
Some butter on it.
Yeah, you got some nasty ass niggas out there, but go ahead. How do you think we feel?
Yeah, so that was an excuse, and then they can't hardly spend time together unless it's something she needs because she's so busy and all this other stuff.
Isn't it funny how she's available when she needs something?
When the money is getting dished out,
yeah, she's available.
He said whatever she needed. He says I'd never given money like this to a woman ever, and the kids, whatever they need, the hair, all this stuff.
Did he hold her hand? Did he give a kiss?
No. He said they have never hugged, they've never kissed, and none of that stuff. And so I told him, I said, listen, while I'm listening to all this, I said, please never equate money for sex. Just because you're giving money to a woman or doing all these things, that does not mean sex comes with it. So, but in all fairness, they did have the conversation that we were going to move our relationship forward. And so when the time would come, each time, it was always an excuse. And so at this moment, he's broken up with her. And so she calls him back and says, well, I don't even know how they can be broken up.
Wait. She called him back?
Yeah, because he cut her loose.
Yeah, how could you be broken up if you were never together?
Right. And so she calls him back and says, well, I'm sorry. And, maybe we could just start off by spending one day together. And so that's what his dilemma was. That's why he was calling me. He wanted to know if he should do it. He says, because I really like her and all this other stuff. I said, listen. What you do ultimately is your business. Mm-hmm. Whatever you feel led to do, you should do that. However, just know that you're not going to go spend one day a week with her and be able to take it all the way back and say, okay, we're going to start over. Mm-hmm. I said, you started out the relationship being her benefactor. And so for her, she knows that she's lost that. And so I will agree to one day a week to spend with him because I'm not getting cut off from all these benefits. And I said, it sounds like you were really good to her. So she ain't trying to lose that. And I said, so now if you go back, I said, the ball is no longer in your court. I said, if she really wanted to be with you, then you make her prove that to you, cut her off financially. I said, because she got a baby daddy living with her parents. She got 2 jobs and she braiding hair up out the house. So she should be loaning you some money. So I said, but what you do, what you do with it is your business, brother. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so he says, well, part of me just wants to go do it, excuse my friends, but I just want to go fuck her a couple times and then just dump her. I said, why would you go down to her level? I said, if you really want to be with her, make her come up to your level. Don't go down to her level. I said, because you're going to play the game and get a prize of something you don't want.
And, the hard thing is when you're trying to bring, a girl up from that level, they don't want to come up.
Right. Well, and then and another thing is, too, I don't like to keep saying that because a person is a certain age is why they do things. But this girl is 25. He's 36. So she's 25, he's 36. She's, already doing, that's a professional type of stuff. Let me just rook this dude for all his money. Yeah. I promise you guys, I'm going to give y'all the game after I tell y'all this story. So this brings us to this story. And I titled this story, Is Your Baby Mama Using Your Money, your child support money, to buy dick? Is your baby mama using your child support money to buy dick? Again, I don't like to be so graphic, but damn it, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, y'all. Get ready for your notes and stuff. So this particular scenario, the guy says his baby mama calls and says, oh my God, I got a bill. I'm sure she didn't sound like that, but this is just me making it interesting. I got a bill that needs to be paid, and I need $60. Can you give me $60 to pay the bill? And so he's like, yeah, I pay child support, but if she got a bill she need to pay, I'm gonna pay the bill because my child lives there.
Right.
Fine.
Like most good dudes and fathers will do.
However, give me the bill, get him on the phone, and we can call. I can pay it with my card, and all this stuff. Oh, well, I would rather have the money. And he was like, no, I would rather just pay the bill.
Right.
So, and then he says, well, what bill is it? Well, I don't know the bill. I got to go get the information at home and all this other stuff. And I was like, if you had a bill that needed to be paid that day, because obviously it's getting cut off or whatever, wouldn't you know what it is? And so I said, stop right there. I said, she run a game on you. If she run a game, I said, she just wants the money. And then he says, she taking her man for his birthday. Now, the baby mama is taking her boyfriend for a 4-day weekend in another city. They're flying and everything, getting hotels, renting cars, all this stuff. They're doing it big. But yeah, she ain't got $60 for this bill. And so I said, okay, she going off on the weekend with her boyfriend, but yeah, she ain't got money, so she needs you to pay the bill. I said, first of all, there's a whole lot of issues here. I said, why is she screwing a dude that can't help her with her needs? I said, so what she trying to do is buy what she want and then beg for what she needs from you. So she gonna spend the money, her money, your child support money, whatever else money, to go take this dude to kick her heels up. But yeah, she wants you to take care of her household. I said, that's a piss poor ass woman. That's just my opinion. It's a piss poor ass woman that will leave her home neglected to go screw another dude for 4 days. But yeah, she get the money from the baby daddy. I was like, Lord have mercy. Where did these, like, am I being punked? Because I had 2 dudes call me. To me, like, I'm not saying I'm the sharpest tool in the shed, but some things to me should just be a given. You know what I mean? Because
you have to be the sharpest tool in the head because you have one child. You didn't bring any additional children in.
No, I didn't.
And she's in college and she's doing her thing and she ain't got no baby. So you've done it right.
But let me ask you this. Because I just need to get the checks and balances here. Could your baby mama call you? Now, our kids are grown, but I'm just saying baby mama just for the sake of keeping it simple. Could she call you and say, Donovan, and all this other information, she's taking a boyfriend out for a weekend for the birthday and all this other stuff. Could she call you and say, can you give me $60 and I need to pay a bill? And you say, well, give me the bill, I pay it. And she says, well, I'd rather have the money. Would you give it to her?
Nope.
I mean, with some red flags and something go off in your head, like, okay, something's wrong here.
For me, speaking for Donovan Sadiq specifically, if I know you got a boyfriend, since I know the game, you're fucking somebody else. Get your money over there.
He getting the benefits, not you.
Exactly. So, and it has nothing to do with her, like, she's a prostitute and like that. You got a so-called man.
Most men
and you had a man here, and you didn't want that. So,
but why you laying down with a dude that couldn't help you pay your bill? Let's say it's a light bill.
But he's eating.
Come screw you.
But he's eating off the child support that I provide for my child.
But my thing is this, though. Okay, and I'm going to get to the end of the story because I promise you it's a doozy.
Well, right now, all these women are just coming in. Girl, how dare you tell a story? You shouldn't be telling a secret. There's nothing wrong with that.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? And so, my thing is, I would be more upset that you would even think I will fall for the okie doke, that you could call me.
Right.
Tell me all this stuff. I'm taking my boyfriend out. We're going to have a good time for 4 days. But I need you to take care of the bills while I'm gone.
But doesn't that go back to, in a court case, when they say, I need more child support. He made but we got to produce receipts. But when we say, wait a minute, you need to produce some receipts. Isn't that kind of the same thing?
No, because you should just trust me. And I'm going to do the right thing and all this other stuff.
But so, I see your hair is done, your nails are done, your feet are done. You got this nice little Gucci suit. You got lipstick on, nice makeup. But
I'm taking my boyfriend.
Right.
Who, I can't. And then this is what the dude said that I was talking to about the situation. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe she got pride, and so she don't really feel like asking him for the money. I said, hold up, partner. Hold up. I said, excuse my French, it is what it is. How she giving him pussy over her pride? So you mean to tell me her pride mean more to her than her pussy? I said, how does this make any sense? Right. What's wrong with these women? And I said, what's wrong with you for justifying that? I mean, to me,
Brendo.
I'm just saying, why are you justifying this? Listen, dude, and speaking of my mama, God rest her soul, she said the old folks used to say, when you see a fool, you bump his head, okay? Snoop Dogg said it best when all this Black Rob and China, whatever the hell their names are, was going down. When you see a sucker, you supposed to lick them.
Right.
So
Right.
I need to ask you dudes before I give y'all the game. Are you a sucker? Are you a fool? I mean, are you a sugar daddy? What's really going on with you?
But isn't there an old saying? I don't know. Did your mom say this or our mom's generation say this? A empty purse and a
wet pussy don't match.
don't match. Right?
I've heard that, okay? But yeah, you got all these women out there. And I can't ask him for no money, but shit, I'm gonna let him tear this shit up all that weekend long.
Okay, before you give us the game, real quick.
Wait, let me give you the end of the story.
Okay, give the end of the
And
story.
so, okay, now this is the doozy, y'all. So the girl calls, the baby mama calls him back that night, says, I really need this money. And so he was like, okay, I'm going to pay the bill if it's a bill, but I'm not giving you the money. So she goes to the store and leaves her phone at the house. He gets a phone call 5 minutes later from his daughter, who is 11, and said, Daddy, Mama don't need the money. She just trying to get $60 from you because she going off. She need to go buy her a pantsuit so she can go to the All-Star weekend in L.A. The baby called and said, Daddy, I'm putting you up on game. This heifer here is bumping your head, and apparently you look like a sucker to her because she's trying to lick you. So I'm telling you, Daddy, don't give my mama this money.
Right.
So the cold part is, to me, the most disturbing part is, the baby who was 11 is in earshot of all
What's
of this
going on?
conversation. She overheard her telling her girlfriend on the phone the rundown of why she trying to bump this dude head. I almost called him something else. Bump this dude head so she can get a pantsuit. Now she got a boyfriend she's screwing.
She got a job.
Got a job. And a baby daddy who paid
And
child
child
support.
support.
But yeah, she trying to lick this dude for some more money so she can go pull another dude, probably, because most women, not
Going
all,
for a baller.
most women who go to All-Star Weekend, you leaving one state to another to go to All-Star Weekend.
You trying to go fuck somebody over there.
You trying to get a baller. But that's your question, because I'm going to give it again. So y'all get y'all pencils and papers. Go ahead.
I see where you're going with this story, and I want to just take a quick look. You sent me a video in regards to a situation.
Let me drink my coffee.
And I want you guys to take a look at this and tell me if you agree with it or if you don't agree with it. I'm going to tell you, number one, I don't agree with it. And I told you, most women, they don't want the good dudes. They don't want the guy going to college. They don't want the guy, because he's an L7.
Not most women, stupid women.
Stupid women. He's an L7. For those that don't know what L7, that's a square. But that's the guy that's going to get Becky down the road because he's got insight. They want the guy that's going to live for the day. So I want you guys to take a look at this video and just think about what's happening in the video, and we'll give you our commentary. All right. So, in conclusion,
honestly, the guy who was saying the baby mama needs the $60, I asked him because I know he saw that video, and I said, "Are you the guy shoveling the sidewalk? Are you that guy? Because that's what you are in the scenario." And so I'm gonna give y'all the game.
all right.
Fellas, number one, stop leading with your wallet. Stop approaching these women, which will turn out to be girls in the long run. Stop approaching them with your wallet. Stop saying, oh, well, my name is Derek, and by the way, I have this and I have that, and I can do this for you and I can do that for you. Have a conversation with her first. Any relationship is an investment. Financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. Make sure that person is worthy of you investing those things into them. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the situation of the guy. She was so cute. I'm mad that she had a big old booty and all these attributes that drew him in.
And that's a natural male female
but take the conversation further.
Right.
So now you on the hook. You're buying all this stuff. You're paying bills, and the baby daddy living at the household with the parent. Oh my God. So stop leading with your wallet. Let the girl or the woman get to know you before she knows your financial situation. Because listen, there's a lot of women out there like, well, shit, I don't like him, but I'll take his money. Point two. Leading to, from piggybacking off of what I just said, there's a lot of girls out there who will say, well, a girl's got to eat. So what that means is I ain't going to screw them. I'm going to drag him around. I'm not going to give him the time of day. But shit, since he want to take me out to eat, I ain't turning down no free meal now. I go out to eat. Yeah, we going to Red Lobster. We going to Papa Do's. We doing all that stuff. We going to Ruth Chris. We doing all that.
Yeah.
Listen, but I ain't never going to give him what he's ultimately looking for, whether it's some food nanny, it's a relationship, companionship. I'm never going to do that because I got to eat.
Right.
I ain't going to turn down no free meal. Okay?
Okay.
Number 3. Sex ain't nothing to some of these girls. Some of these girls
No
will
value to the
give
punani.
you the pussy. Excuse my language, but it is what it is.
It is too the hard way.
They will give you the pussy because that's detachable. That ain't nothing shit. I fuck him. I fuck him if he gonna pay this light bill. If he gonna give me some
Has
money
no
to
value.
buy me a suit for All-Star Weekend.
He'll give me
I'll
a
do
Happy
that.
Meal.
Right, shit, that ain't nothing. I give it to him. But he ain't never gonna get the rest of me. That's just a pussy. I give it to him. Shit. I got my nails done, you see?
Where are those girls at? I'm joking.
Oh, trust me. I'm sure you put the call out you have them lined up. Number 4. Don't get Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know if I came up with that term, but I'm going to say I did. Don't get Bonnie and Clyde. What does that mean?
It's a man's world. Thank you, little girl.
Yeah.
Ice Cube and Yo-Yo.
That video that we just saw was a perfect illustration of Bonnie and Clyde. Here this woman is saying, as she's showing everybody how she's doing her baby daddy wrong, but she's also telling us that her king, her man is laid up in the bed because it's too cold for him. He a king. It's too cold for him to be out there doing it. So I'm bumping my baby daddy, who apparently is a good dude.
Probably came there on his own, knowing that
Right.
it snowed, and want to make sure that his baby can get to
Exactly.
school. And
All of that. So Bonnie and Clyde means that woman very well may have a dude who's in on it. Don't fuck him though. Go on and get that money. Don't fuck him. Make him think you gonna fuck him because shit, I need some new tires. If he gonna give you some money to get me some shoes and all of that, yeah, go on out there and string him along. So don't get Bonnie and Clyde, all right? The 5th point is don't get sold a pipe dream. There's a lot of women out there, girls I should say, will say, oh, you know, well, yeah, let's just give me some time. You know, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Yeah, but just, you know what, I need my bills paid. But you know what, as soon as I get myself together, shoot, it's gonna be me and you. We gonna, you know, and the
that could be 20 years.
Right, but you know, I'm selling you a pipe dream. I'm giving you hope because you really like me. You like this fat ass of guy. You like all the stuff I'm talking about. So I'm selling you these dreams, and you got the hope of one day, yeah, she gonna be my girl.
So wait, so you're telling me I should give up on your sister?
What you listen? What I said earlier on in the show. Look, I'm just trying to give you advice.
Yeah,
I'm trying
okay.
to change your mind.
Okay, gotcha.
What you do
Gotcha.
is your business.
I gotcha. I have
Okay?
no problem being the side dude.
If that's what you want to be,
Right. That's right.
you know, because.
I've been putting deposits down on your sister now.
Well, hey, hopefully it pays off. All right. But all I'm saying to you guys is this, like, have a long enough conversation. Now, how do you avoid being a lollipop that gets licked, a fool that gets his head bumped, or a sugar daddy? Because ultimately that's what you become. At least sugar daddies who sign up for the sugar daddydom, if that's even a word,
Yeah.
they know they're doing that.
They're doing it, right.
They are a willing participant.
Right, but at the same time, they have the expectation.
Right. And most women who are sugar babies is what they call
Mm-hmm.
them. They're in that situation. They know it's pay for play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to do something because now that Viagra has come into the play,
They're weighing that
ain't
pussy
no more,
out.
you know what I'm saying? Ain't no more of that arm candy stuff.
Right.
Right. She's just cute, you know.
Yeah,
we just
it's
going-
only, back in the day, it's 15 minutes of my time. Blah, blah, blah.
No,
Knock
it's
it
gonna,
out.
as long as this Viagra is working,
Right.
you're going to be
You're
working.
looking at least 2 hours. His shit like this.
Right. Exactly. So how do you avoid that?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, know who you are. If you know who you are, you have expectations. You have certain standards. And so when you know who you are, you know who you're looking for. Out the first couple of minutes, you should know, really. I think you should know, especially at our age, whether this is somebody you want to spend some time with, because I know who I am, and I know I hear the things that are coming out of your mouth, and that's just not really something I'm comfortable with.
Let's talk about this. Everybody says, you're doing a lot of hypotheticals, and that'll never happen to me, whatever the deal is.
All right, I told you 2 dudes who it did.
Right. I was in a pretty much same scenario, was I not? Was I not? Like the girl. She's older than me. She was older than me, and ended up suing her ass and winning.
Right. but you protected yourself on the back
Right.
end. You know,
Right.
you knew if she needed your help. However, we ain't really on that page just yet to where
Right.
I'm going to give you this money because
Right.
you're my woman. So you protected yourself and you knew who you were. So know who you are.
Yeah, and that scenario, this stuff happens. It does.
Oh, every day?
Every day. Every day.
Yesterday, 2 dudes called me with this nonsense. So know who you are. When you know who you are, no one else will be able to define you. They will not be able to tell you who you are because you already know. Point number 2, know what you want. If you want a woman who is going to be doing A, B, C, and D, don't settle for a woman who is doing E, F, and J, and Z, and all. Don't settle for that type of woman. Know what you want and don't waver, because then you're going to be ended up in situations like that. Well, she is fine. Damn, did you see her ass though? And then you end up.
Oh, girl, I had was fine. Oh, girl, I had, but I told her there's a difference between our relationship and you borrowing money from me.
Right. Well, you were able to separate the emotion from the finance, from
Right.
we screwing to
Right.
those things aren't really connected yet because you're not my woman person.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So third, ask questions.
Plenty of questions.
Ask a lot of questions. You'll be surprised. You know, you can actually learn how brain surgery is done, even if you're not a doctor, by asking questions.
Yes, you can fly an airplane if you just ask the right questions.
And so people don't ask questions. What is it you're trying to do? Who are you? Where you been? All that stuff. They call that really the courting process. Not only do you want to know about that person, you want to know about their friends, you want to know about their family, you want to know where they've come from. Ask questions. Fourth, move on if she's not coming correct. If she's not giving you the right answers, or just even verbally or physically, move on. It's okay. She's not the only thing smoking. She ain't the only thing with a giant old booty. She's not the only one that's cute and all this other. There's other women out there who will treat you the way you want to be treated. Stop settling for, oh, well, she's cute, but you know what, though? I can change her. She'll change. She'll learn to love me. Listen, a woman who is only into you for your money will never learn to love you.
And never believe that you can change a grown person. They have to want to change for themselves.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do. So when you know who you are, none of that's a factor. Like, yeah, you cute, but you're not who I'm looking for. You're not what I want. I want somebody who is going to fit, what I deem acceptable for me. And so that's all I got. I hope you guys took a lot of notes, but to me, like I said, I don't believe I'm the smartest person. I don't even really feel like I'm that smart. I just feel like that some things should just be common sense. And those 2 scenarios that I just gave y'all, that's common sense. That's common sense. Like, why does your child need to call you and put you up on game? That's
embarrassing, and it's as a father, when your daughter is calling you, telling you that, number one, that tells you that daughter really loves her father and he's involved in her life. So that's a kudos to the father there. And I'm telling you, this is what a lot of guys talk about when they see that guys, they don't want to pay child support. That's not true. We don't want to pay host support.
Right. Or, as I said, is your baby mama using your child support to buy dick?
Right.
And I know that's kind of graphic, but that happens a lot. And again, like I said, women, save all that. Well, men do it too. We ain't talking to the men. We talk about, you give advice to the women all the time, but I just felt it was apropos, especially since I had 2 men within a very short time frame call me with these scenarios. And I'm like, okay, evidently men need to be put up on game. I don't know. And game is the right word, because that's what some of these women are doing to men. They running game. Listen, they're never going to be into you. They're never going to want to be with you the way you want them to be. Otherwise, you'll end up like some of these old dudes with a woman who was 500 years younger than them. And obviously she's screwing the pool boy, but she got your money, and you know that, but you don't have the balls enough to say, you know what? Let me move on. Let me move on here. And so if you complain about a woman like that, that's your fault. Or you end up with a Shira Wright, who, when she was married to the second guy in Houston, the second guy in Memphis, the police officer, not only, and Thaddeus said this, not only did she pack up the house, she took the man's dog. What kind of low, dirty scoundrel takes a man's dog? Well, I mean, I just... Listen, and she ended up being a black widow. I have people tell me or ask me this all the time. How are you equipped to give advice on certain things? And I had a blog, which I keep saying I'm a startup that I would write on. And I would say,
You got to get the stuff going.
I never give advice or write about something I don't have any experience in. Now, I don't have an experience in being a sugar baby or playing dudes for money. That's nothing I've never done. But I've been around enough people and heard a lot of things from people to know what's going on. I mean, hell.
Yeah, like I said, I told you about my experience, what was going on with me. And this also goes back to the strong, and it would happen to the strong, independent black woman.
Well, what is that exactly?
Right. So a strong, independent black woman is down to trickery and chicanery to get what they want. Is that all part of the game?
Well, that's the game, you know. Like they
But
said,
you're strong and independent.
But like they say, you see a fool, you bump his head, and that's what a lot of women know out there. Well, shit, if he gonna give it to me, shit, he can do anything for me. All I got to just let him know he might be able to just smell it, and he'll come through. But like I told the first guy that met the girl at the store, I said, a lot of these women or girls out there are just so stupid. Because if you really are in dire straits, this man is willing to take care of you. Just treat him right. Stop looking at the short-term game and go for the long-term relationship.
Look at the guy that was shoveling ice.
Right.
They don't want those dudes.
Right.
Look at the daughter. And, you know, a lot of it, unfortunately, is the fact that how much time we spend with our children and what they learn. Especially as a father, and look how much you love your father. Even though your mom and dad had divorced, your father still has a lot of influence in how you get treated by men.
Absolutely.
So,
and I'm not. And listen, I'm not always saying I did the right thing, and that's part of what I was saying too. I've been in relationships where I've had men use me. Not in a recently or nothing like that, but because when you grow older, you just learn.
You're supposed to learn.
You evolve.
Right. You're supposed to learn as you grow. It's a lifelong process. And
so, and it's taking it back to the second scenario. This is the part that's more disturbing to me, is that the baby is listening to her mama tell her girlfriends that she's running game on her daddy.
Ooh, girl, I got this motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
But yet, then we wonder how these young girls get that way. Like, you don't even have a decency.
Right.
That if you're going to run game on her daddy, to do it so she can't
behind
hear
closed
you doing
doors.
It. You're so out in the open with telling your friends in front of that man's daughter that I'm finna bump his head and get his money so I can go do something that has nothing to do with this household, to the point to where the baby calls him and says, "Don't do it, daddy."
Right. It's just like drugs in the community. There's always been drugs in the community. When we were coming up, it was done behind closed doors. I have a problem when I see these young parents just blazing and smoking right in front of the kids. And it's like right now we're having this show, right? If I had a son in here, they couldn't be in this room while we're in here.
Yeah, because the content is not for them.
Well, it's not the content, and then we're adults. This is an adult room.
I know. Remember that?
Yeah.
Get out my mouth.
Right. Exactly.
Stop looking in my mouth when I'm talking.
You're going to come through the room and out the door. And you can't be coming in and out.
Right.
So it's always been in the community, and it is what it's like a computer. Kids are like computers. What you put into them is what you expect to get out of them.
But I did tell that father, don't lose hope.
Yeah.
Because evidently she's learning the right thing from somebody. And I said that should give you a glimmer of hope too, that she's going to be all right. Because there's a lot of girls who, shit, they taking notes. Mama, shit, what's she doing? Oh gosh, okay, this is how you run game on dudes.
Right.
All this other stuff. Now, they're not physically taking notes, but mentally they're taking notes. And this is how I'm supposed to have a relationship with men. I'm supposed to run game on them, get over.
And the sad thing is, those girls that think that they're pretty, got the bow in their hair, and they've been told how gorgeous they are, they got a nice shape and all this other stuff, right? And then when they get in that situation because they got caught up with the dude that ain't about shit, all the other dudes that were decent dudes are going to be like, that's okay.
Exactly.
I don't want to deal with you. I'd rather get me a Becky or a Maria or somebody like that and just kind of be done with it. I don't want to deal with you.
And that's another thing too, fellas. I mean, if you see a woman and she has kids, observe her relationship
with her children.
Listen, this is one thing I know for sure. The sex is always going to be there if it's meant to be. There's no rush. There's no rush.
Right.
At least take enough time to observe her home life, her situation. Now, check and see how she is with her kids.
Check and see how she's living, because you walk in some houses and if she ain't keeping that clean,
she ain't keeping that clean, you know?
Yeah.
And so Yeah, I mean, see how she is with her children. Is she acting janky and shady around the kids? Hell, you ain't no better than her kids. I mean,
right.
But then again, you do got some women out there who treat the man better than they treat the kids.
Yeah,
but,
and that's sad,
and
too.
to me, a woman who was taking her ass off to go celebrate with her boyfriend for his birthday and allegedly has a bill, you ain't taking care of your kids.
And then you're going to drop the child off with the father while you're gone.
Right.
Which is okay, but...
you go, drive down to get your eagle on, you know. And so
trying to get a baller.
Yeah, but no, that's a different situation. She's gonna go out to LA and try to go get her a baller. So she running game on all these dudes, and your daughter, who is a child, is watching you do that. What is wrong with these people?
My mom was a widow, and I used to feel sorry for my mom because I never saw her date. When she married my stepdad, I was like, "Where'd this guy come from?"
Well,
but that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of women who's like, my priorities have changed now.
But kudos to my mom because she didn't parade men in and out. It wasn't
just like a revolving door of dudes.
She didn't do that.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older and I can see when she dropped me off at her friend Nancy's and we spent the night over there, or we went to Aunt Winsome. Yeah. I mean, it was girls' night out, And my mom always said, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
It's how you do it, damn it. It is how you do it.
So
it shouldn't have Uncle Roro,
right?
Uncle this,
right?
Uncle that.
I mean,
Uncle
me
Bobby
and my brother
did
not have a clue.
You didn't have no uncles?
No, we didn't have any.
You didn't have no uncles?
My mom did not bring any dudes around the house, around her when we were in her presence. That wasn't happening, And
I just feel like this. Women who are asleep to that degree, but they're so in tune to another man. If I was you men, I'm take notes. If I was you men, I would be very concerned about having a baby mama who is so in tune to her dude that she's neglecting the house and her daughter or her kids.
And that's when you go to the courts and you have the courts.
Because who's to say, and I'm not trying to freak y'all out, so please, I'm not
You're going to get a lot of hate on this.
I'm just trying to make you guys cautious. Ain't no telling what kind of man she bring in there. What he might do to your child.
It happens all the time.
You're so enamored with this man. And
it happens all the time in our community. Molestation. It's, this guy did this. Or you ever see that movie? And we're going to start doing segments on that. This is a very good movie it's called Once We Were Warriors. It came out in the 90s. It takes place in New Zealand. And it's about this guy called Jake the Mock. And, he's a family guy, because Polynesians are very family oriented. Right. But this guy was like partying in his house and stuff like that. And his wife historically comes from royal lineage. He came from the slave lineage.
Okay.
And so he's kind of inferior, whatever he does. But anyway, they're having these parties, and he let, his buddies and stuff inside the house, and they would sleep over, fall out, whatever. He got a teenage daughter in the house. The teenage daughter gets raped in the home, whatever the deal, and she ends up killing herself.
Right.
And at the end of the movie, he freaks out, and he's all mad about it after the fact when he could have done these things. But it happens all the time. We've got to be vigilant in what's going on. And at the end of the movie, you got to go see the movie. It's called Once We Were Warriors.
Yeah, so I just to me, like I said, since I'm talking to the men, you really just have to be, you got to be observant. Just like this 11-year-old baby was observant and saw that her father was getting taken, he's getting rooked, for a lack of better word. Yeah. He's getting rooked. Her mama, not somebody else's mama. She saw her mama getting ready to bump her daddy head because she was observant. She paid attention, and
so hoism runs in her family.
Yeah, but some light went on in her head to say
that's not right.
Something's not right here. Let me call my dad.
And she's protecting her daddy.
Yeah, because most girls listen to their mama if it's not too bad of a situation. They're not gonna call their daddy, but she was like,
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with that because if you're a dad. A girl's first love is her father. So, if you're a dad that is involved in your daughter's life and you're really there for her, it's just like boys are your mother's best friend.
Right.
And it kind of reverses.
You learn what type of woman to date or not to date based on how your mama.
But I'm very protective of my mom.
Right.
Like, girls are very protective of their dad. That's why I tell my brother he has two daughters.
We'll get him up over our daddies.
I tell my brother all the time he's got two daughters, and I say, as he gets older, he's going to be taken care of by his daughters.
Right.
It's like you take care of your dad. You're making sure your dad has this, he goes that.
All the time.
All the time. Now, when you have sons, that ain't going to happen. Dad, you're on your own. I'm sorry.
Right, checks in the mail.
Yeah,
I haven't seen you in 2 years. But
Dad, I understand you just had a heart attack, but I got a family of my own.
Right, I get down there, let me know how everything's going.
Yeah, whereas a daughter's going to be there, especially if he's like, but if you're a father that isn't in your daughter's life, she's going to have a different perspective of you. So
it's just I don't know. I just I like to share the things I know. Not that I've ever done.
It was shocking, wasn't it?
I was shocked. I wasn't really shocked at the content per se. I was shocked at the naivety of the whole situation.
A lot of good dudes, we don't play the game. Well, I play the game. I play it well. I'll see your ass.
I don't even think you need to be able to play the game to put 2 and 2.
Well, I recognize the game.
All right, you need a bill paid, but you don't know what bill it needs to be paid.
Well,
you need to be paid. It need to be paid today.
I don't mind that. The thing is, these girls that know the game, okay, fine, you know the game. You need a bill paid. You should also know you got to fuck. You should also know that.
Or how about the man you are fucking have him pay the bill? Because if he can't pay the bill, why are you with him? Why are you with him?
Why are you with him?
It seems like it's
go to the guy that's taking care of the bill.
But then maybe he was getting Bonnie and Clyde. Get it from your baby daddy. But no, because she going to use the money to go off to catch her a new boo at All-Star Weekend. Everybody out there trying to get him a baller. And that is exactly why our child support system and guys are so resistant in giving money willy-nilly, because we know you're getting your hair done, you get an ass implant, whatever you're doing, So, and I don't understand that. If I have to produce a receipt to prove my payments, why, when I ask, it ain't like I'm going to ask every time I see you. Right.
But if I want an audit of what you're spending my money on, I should be able to see it. And you should be able to say, because that would determine, do you need more money or do you need less money?
Right. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I think everybody should be forthcoming. But I mean, to me,
how dare you ask for receipts?
I think she would have just been better off saying, listen, I'm going on another trip. And I need some money. But then that's when I mean, some people think that was crude, but that's when if I was in his situation, I'd be like, great, you need more money. What about the dude you screwing? Or the dude who's screwing you?
Or if I'm a woman and I say I need more money, I'd just be doing this. Get it? Got it.
Again, money does not equate to sex, y'all. Does not equate to sex, but I don't know.
But no. In that scenario I just gave you.
Let me drink my damn.
Yeah, in that scenario I just gave you. I'm not saying you have to respect me, but you would respect me the fact that I know I got to do what I got to do if I'm in that situation. Correct?
Or how about this? Because I don't agree with that necessarily.
Okay. No, you don't have to agree with it, but I'm just saying I acknowledge that there's a pay for play.
How about if I loan you the money or give it to you, however I'm giving it to you? If I ask you, I'm like, well, no, not only that,
do what I do.
But if I ask you, well, what do you need the money for? Don't get no attitude with me.
Don't worry, I get the money for. How dare you?
Well, how dare you get your ass on the stroll and get your money your own doggone way? Listen, it's my money. I get to ask what you doing with it.
I'm screwing him, not the bank.
When you go get a loan from the bank, they going to say, okay, that's fine. You want $100,000. What might you be taking this $100,000 out for? None of your goddamn business. Right. I just need to.
As a matter of fact, we need to know your whole background and history.
But you ain't even asking. I'm just asking, okay, great. What do you need it for?
But no, we got business. But we have a lot of black men in our community that have been feminized, where they've taken on the attitude of women where they don't ask those questions. When you got a real man like myself, I'm all business. I'll give you. There you go.
Unless if it's your woman, that's a different story. But if you just keep coming to me, I need you to sign on the dotted line.
I need my money back, right?
Right. So
that way it's a loan. You don't have to owe me anything, because guess what? You borrowed it. You gave it back to me. It's all good. So that's a good point.
I hope I've been informational, fellas. If you have any more questions or concerns, please write us on any of the forms that you see it. Inbox me, leave a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer any inquiries, give you any advice. I will never give you a name unless you want me to.
Yes. You're going to get a lot of hate from this segment. But yes. But I'm going to take that advice. I'm going to have a long talk with your sister and tell her she's got to start paying.
I hope it works.
See, you endorsing it.
I mean, I'm just saying, do you really?
Like I said, I just look. That's all women. I'm serious. That's all women. I just
It might be your last run.
It might be my last run, right? Yeah, exactly. But guess what? I'm leaving happy. Some people do drugs. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You know you're going to get a lot of blowback on this. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, and we've been getting some good information, people that really enjoy the show. So we're going to expand that. But I really want you guys to look at the video of the brother that was shoveling the snow. And that pretty much sums up where we're at as black man, black woman. And
Just ask questions. That's it. Ask questions.
I mean, because I don't understand why she would not want that dude. That obviously is a good dude.
Would you be mad at her if he saw the video and then he wanted to punch her in the eye?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all.
I'm not advocating.
Because why would you let a guy do something that you have no intent to say, hey man, get out my yard, you know, whatever it is. But no, she's about her.